Hello and welcome. Today, as you can see, I've got a Brother PE-190D embroidery machine, the Disney version. Brother does team up with Disney quite a bit and builds in a lot of the Disney designs into their embroidery machines, and this is one of them. It's a reasonably old machine as far as I know, but I stand to be corrected. It's around the late 90s. I'm sort of thinking 97, but it could be a little bit later than that. I'm not 100% sure. If anyone knows, I appreciate a comment down below. That'd be great. This machine's come in for service, and I thought I'd just do a video showing the basics. I'm not going to go into too much detail with the machine, but it's quite a neat little machine. You know, it's quite compact and you know, reasonably lightweight. It's embroidery only, dedicated embroidery machine, so there's no sewing functions. You can plug in little compact flash cards here. I've got a Snoopy one here to try out. Oh, excuse the background noise too, by the way. It's a weekend and people are doing weekend things like mowing their lawns and whatnot. So yeah, so we've got the it's not compact flash actually. It looks like a proprietary Brother type card here. Yeah, and we've got the on-off switch here, little power connector down the bottom, little figure 8 power connector there. Just have a quick look around the back here. Quality and technology by Brother Industries Japan. It's made in Taiwan, and serial number there. And come right round, we've got a foot lift lever here. Got the spool holder here, thread guides and whatnot. I won't be using the spool holder today because it's a little bit more convenient to use the stand that I've got here. This actually came with the machine. My customer brought around a few machines actually. This belonged to her late mother, and she just wants to get it back up and running and maybe sell it on. The thread stand here came with, she's got another embroidery machine that came in as well, and an overlocker and a couple of sewing machines and bits and pieces. So yeah, it's got a few to do. I've got a special one actually to do for Stephanie, and you'll see that later on. It's a Futura, so keep an eye out for that one there. Also, I've got a standalone spool holder here for, you know, this is bobbin fill, bulk bobbin fill. I think there's 20,000 meters on that. So, you know, it's a nice cheap way to buy bobbin fill, and then you just buy a little stand, cheap stand, and that's a good way of getting cheap bobbin fill. So I'll be using that for the bobbin. Okay, I've got the little hoop here. Comes with other hoops as well. I think these are optional extras, so they must have been purchased optionally. You might be able to see here that there's a little bit of wrapping has gone around the inner of the clamp here. That's not factory, that's been added in for some reason, not quite sure why. Yeah, you'll notice that on this one as well. So yeah, I thought I'd just go through some real basics really. So let's get in and for a closer look, and I'll show you some of the functions. I'll show you how to wind a bobbin, thread the needle. It's pretty straightforward. So let's get in and have a quick look at that. So I've got a bobbin here. These are a narrow type bobbin. They're a little bit narrower than a standard, you know, drop-in style bobbin. And I'll just sit that there on the bobbin winder. And I will just come in from the back here, and I'm just going to go in through this loop here like that, and then come in around the bobbin tensioner up the top there. So bobbin winder threading, sorry. You can see the little diagram here. Come across, it's the rear thread guide there, and then around this little post around the tensioner, and then we come over and wind it around several times around the bobbin there, and then I normally just snap the thread off like that. That should be good enough to get us started there. I've plugged the machine in. Let's turn it on there. There's a little initialization, and we'll engage the bobbin there, and if we hit the start button, stop there. Okay, and setting the bobbins pretty straightforward. Just pull this little lever here, and the bobbin cover pops off there, and we drop the bobbin in, and the direction of rotation when we drop the bobbin in should be anti-clockwise. Like that. Just drop the bobbin in there, follow the arrows basically, come in through there and around the channel and trim the thread, and that just gives the bobbin enough tail there so that the sewing can start there. And then we just put on the bobbin cover like so, clip that down, and then we're ready to thread the needle. The needle itself it's pretty straightforward to change. Just undo the little lock screw here. The needle goes in with the flat to the back, so you've got the long groove on the needle running down here, and I'm running a Smets embroidery needle here. I'm using a size 75 at the moment because I'm not doing anything too thick at this stage. This is a multi-pack. We've got size 90s there as well, but I'll use 75 today. So threading is pretty straightforward. We just I'll take the bobbin thread out, and we'll just choose a color. Let's go for something pretty bright like this purple here, that purple there, and just around the guide at the back there that I showed you earlier, and then just follow down through the channels here. So we've got number 2, 3, come around the bottom there, 4 says up here, around the take up lever, down that slot to 5, and in behind this guide up here, and then there's another guide just above the needle there, and then we can use the needle threader. Just hook the thread under the little lever here, bring the needle threader in, come across, just hook underneath the threader there, and pulls that through there nicely. So I've done nothing with this machine apart from test it, and it's in pretty good condition. It's been well looked after. The needle threader still works. That's a sign that whoever used the machine, that's Stephanie's mum, I'm sure she was very careful with the machine, and that's testament to that. And yeah, so we're ready to put the hoop on here now. I didn't show you how to hoop the fabric up, but it's pretty much just a matter of laying fabric over the outer with a stabilizer if need be, and then putting the inner over the top and pushing it down so that it clamps the fabric and the stabilizer into the outer hoop there, like that there. And then you tighten up the outer here, the screw here, to tighten the clamp. And then this side we've got the mounts here for the to clip into these here. Okay, and then you can just slip the hoop here under, just give that an extra lift there with the foot lift lever, and then just slot in nice and easily. Just slot that down and clips in just like that. And now we're ready to start choosing a design, or manipulating a design or text. And so let's do a little test run here. So we have the main screen here. This is what you get when you turn the machine on, when you don't have the little card installed, when you don't have one of these installed here. Okay, so we've got these standard designs here. These are all built in, okay, to the internal memory. So we've got alphabetic characters. We've got 3 different types of font here, and you've also got, if you select there, and we could do, A, B, C there, we have large, medium and small here, so you can change the size of the fonts there. you can also select lower and uppercase. So we're just exceeding the embroidery area there. So if I just clear, you can do B, C, lowercase like that there. And let's just clear that again. And then so ABC. If you want to do multicolour text, so let's say you wanted to have a different colour for every letter, you choose multicolour in that. So when you have this selected, the machine will stop at the end of each letter, allowing you to change the thread colour. If you just want to do the lettering all in one colour, you take multicolour off and it will just go and sew the ABC. Once you know, and you can also scroll through different types. You know, there's the rest of the alphabet there in capitals. You've got special characters. Yeah, so yeah, a few more numeric characters, punctuation, and then back to the start there. So that's ready to go there. And then you can also go previous here. Just go backwards through the selection there. Just I won't stitch this out at this point. I'm just going to clear this and go back to the main menu there. That's this top button up here with the Mickey Mouse and the A there. And we can choose frame patterns there. Let's select a frame pattern. So you know, if you want a circle, square, diamond, oval, rectangle, you've got different shapes here as well. Okay, so there's 5 and another 5, there's 10 there total. So if you want to choose a frame pattern, then you can choose the actual pattern that will get stitched in a circle. So for likes of that one there. So it will stitch this pattern here in a circle here like this. Okay, and then when you're happy with what you've got, you can go set here and you can choose layout. So this is positioning, so you can, you know, position. You can see the square here moving. So this is the sewing area. The big square is your available space, and the little square is the actual the circle will fit inside the smaller square there. You can center it, and you can see as I'm doing that, the carriage will move there. And I'll center it again. You can do a trial here. That will go around the perimeter of the sewing area. You can start the embroidery from there. You can go back to layout. You can enlarge and reduce. So you can reduce, just bringing the square down if I hold it. So it'll do a small circle there. And if I reset, brings it back, or enlarge to a larger circle. So that circle will take up most of that little frame here. And so we go back to set again. You can change the thread density, so you can increase and decrease the thread density here. Okay. And end. And then set. You can just return to go back, or select another pattern. So you can go ahead, you know, if you went set and go layout, then you go start, you stitch it out, or you can go end, back to pattern, select another frame pattern if you want to from these here. Okay, and if you want to back right out, you just go back up to this button here and you get back to your main selection screen there. If we choose a design, let's say the giraffe here, you can see that it separated each of the embroidery designs out into its separate colors here. Okay, and you can choose, so you can see over here color, that's color 1 of 3, and then you can hit this one here. It suggests a thread color, so yellow, clay brown and black. That's just a suggestion. Okay, so yellow, clay brown and black. So you can also set it off multicolor there, and you can see there's one color of one. Thread color not set. Okay, multicolor, and then you can go large or small, so that's pretty much all you have. So, you know, reasonably limited as far as embroidery machines go these days, but you know, this is probably an entry-level machine, I would say. So if you're happy with that, you go set, and you can choose the layout. Yeah, again, you can do centralization, positioning. You can do a 90-degree flip, so each time you hit this one here, it's a 90-degree turn of the design. So you could have it upside down, we go 270, oops, and then back to normal. And you can also mirror the design as well if you wanted to flip it, that one there. If you want to put a card in, you can do so. It's best to, or recommended to, turn the machine off. Just do that and insert the card like that, turn the machine on, and you can see now we've got Snoopy characters. So there's Snoopy himself. He's holding a catcher's mitt there. He's got a baseball bat there, and he's hitting the baseball there, and there's the baseball. So you can just scroll through these here. Not that familiar with Snoopy. Which one's Peanut? Is there Peanut? Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, there's the little bird. There's musical notes, and he's conducting there by the look of that. So yeah, you've got quite a few designs here. Just scroll through them, select whatever you want. Okay, and if you don't want the compact flash, you can just switch it out, and you know, maybe choose some Disney characters if you wanted to. So there we have Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck. You know, I do know my Disney characters. Goofy, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Yeah, so you know, that's all your Daisy, Pluto. Okay, and if you wanted to go back to the compact flash, you can hit the compact flash button. I keep calling it compact flash because I'm so used to using compact flash with my retro computers. They're still a thing. So yeah, read the card here. You may have also noticed here, that's a memory button. There are 5 memory locations. So once you key in, let's say ABC in the text like I did before, you can save that into a memory slot 1, and then you could put, say, Mickey Mouse into memory slot 2, and it will save any adjustments that you've made as well, you know, the likes of rotations or sizings or things like that as well. You've got a little help page here, so tells you how to wind the bobbin. It sort of does an on-screen help there. It tells you how to use the memory, things like that. You just go next. It tells you step by step what to click there. So it's saying, you know, put girl in, for instance, into the text field and save it to memory 1, and then you can retrieve a memory by going back to the memory and retrieve number 2. So boy, for instance, is in memory location 2. Yeah, so that's that in a nutshell. You know, there's enough of that there. Let's get down and actually have a go with stitching out a design and maybe a bit of text. Okay, let's start by, I'm going to try and get my latest patron's name on here. So thank you very much, Cheryl Hooper, expat fellow Kiwi. So she has just recently joined up on Patreon there, and she's got an Elna SU Supermatic that she was having trouble with the buttonhole balance as far as I can see there, and she's going to try and work that through. I've sent her the service manual, so hopefully that helps you out there, Cheryl. It's always good to keep in touch with a fellow Kiwi. Anyway, let's see if we can get your name in here, if it'll fit there. We'll just use this more like a serif It's a serif font by the look of this one. We will go for small, just to see if we can fit it in here. And I'll just quickly type your name in there, Cheryl. Let's do some lowercase here as well. Previous there. Sorry, you might not be able to see. H. It's not a bad selection method, you know, reasonably easy to do there. Actually, I wonder if I'll stitch out Cheryl first, see if we can fit it along the top there. In fact, let's put Cheryl into memory here. So memory slot, saving there. Yeah, not the fastest in the world, is it? Okay, so should be able to just clear this. And then let's put Cheryl's surname in. Lowercase. Uber. Okay, let's say that in memory. Next, memory 2. Saving. Yep, process is not overly quick, is it? Okay, alright. I guess it's got to save more than just, you know, text. It's got to save sizing, positioning, things like that, I guess. But anyway, let's retrieve Cheryl, retrieve that one. Okay, and then we'll do it in a single color. I'll do it in this bright purple here. If we go set, and then we go layout, we want to put that just straight up at the top there. And then I guess we just go. I'll hit start. Okay. Okay. It's the start button there. And now I think it's just a matter of hitting this. Just going to pause that there. Just going to trim that little tail off there. And then start again. I may speed this up at times, so you know, if you see it going really, really fast, you know it's not the machine doing it, it's I've sped the video up, so yeah. There we go. One for you, Cheryl. Okay, and let's get your surname in there, Cheryl. I'll just retrieve that. Hopefully you can see that okay. I'll just go back to memory here. Memory, and we'll go next to memory 2 here. Retrieve. Set, and layout, and we'll just have to, I'm just going to wing the layout. Okay, there are ways that you can do things like mark the fabric and then use the start point here, that little dot in the middle, as far as I know, to accurately place the design. But in the meantime, I'm just going to wing it here. Let's go up. We can also do a trial, so that gives us a, an idea where the text is going to go. Now I'm going to hit the trial button here. Let's have a look here. Set the trial there. Yep, I think that's going to line up reasonably well there. It's still centralized, so both lots of text should be fairly central. Start there. Just for clarity, I'm starting and stopping with this button here. And I'll probably jump cut some of this as well, just so you don't have to sit through the whole lot. There we go. Okay, yeah, apparently it looks like Cheryl's in Australia. So Cheryl, I hope if you're on the east coast, that everything's all good. I know you've had some fairly severe weather over there on the east coast of Australia lately. So hope if you are there, you're safe and well. And yeah, g'day to all my Australian viewers. Just across the ditch there, across the Tasman. I've chosen a nice little design there for Cheryl, just to put on there, little sewing spool with a needle in it there, just kind of sewing related. And I'll go ahead and stitch this out. I won't show you the whole lot, I'll just possibly just show you the start and the finish of each of the colours. Okay, that's waiting for a thread colour change there. That was the needle. And it's white, so yeah, it doesn't contrast very well on the white fabric here, but yeah, a little white needle. And last colour is going to be dark brown. Now that, I think this last stitch here is for alignment, if you want to align more patterns. I haven't really looked into that too much. As I say, this is really just sort of a basic usage video really. There are plenty more things you can do with this machine, such as applique. There's a little alignment sheets that you can put into the hoop here. So I won't go into that today, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, this hoop just pulls, you push this little lever back and pull the hoop up, and I'll just cut that off there. Yeah, there we go. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? I haven't trimmed all the little threads off here in between the letters yet, but that just we'll clean that up a little bit. Have a look on the back there. That's pretty much what it should look like. So the tension's pretty good there. So that's it pretty much for today. I'm pretty impressed actually. You know, I assume this would have been an entry-level embroidery machine from Brother. If anyone knows for sure, if they wouldn't mind leaving a comment down below, that'll be really appreciated. But yeah, if it is an entry-level machine, it's pretty impressive really. You know, it's not completely limited to the built-in stitches. You've got, you know, these cards that you can add in, so that increases the versatility and functionality of the machine. And you know, you can get different size hoops for it, you know, within reason. It's not like you're going to be doing any huge embroideries on this machine, but you know, that one there might be quite handy for doing long type embroideries. Yeah, so I'm pretty impressed really, and considering the age of the machine, apparently Stephanie's mum used it quite a bit, so you know, it's still going strong. It must be fairly reliable, I would say. And so I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you very much to my patrons on Patreon. So keep an eye out for more videos. I've got a couple of videos coming up on Stephanie's machines and her mum's machines, actually, to be more precise. And there's a special machine there, I think I mentioned it before, the Futura, and Stephanie remembers her mum using it as a child. So we'll take a wee look at that and see how we go with that. But yeah, thanks very much for watching.